Are my eyes deceiving me? Is that the fire's roar?
It sure does look like him. The rightful heir to the throne, Zetterburn.
If Zetterburn is your opponent, then you must proceed with caution. He's quite the war veteran. His mane is made up of a powerful flame, and with his sharp claws, he has quite the power arsenal. He can use his fiery mane to flick fireballs at you, use his own hands to place it on the ground, and even release it in a flaming sphere.
I heard rumors of what he did to Merchant Port. Do you think we have time to warn him about Loxodont?
Once you're done using your fists, then maybe we'll have time. Be careful, Penny. It seems Merchant Port isn't very happy with you.
What did I do? If anything, why did they send this thing to get me?
That thing is named Orcane. He's known as the Puddle Jumper. He's been known to be quite the playful trickster. However, he's also got a criminal record.
Oh, well, now I'm not holding back.
It would be best if you didn't. You see, Orcane has the ability to produce puddles that he can control from anywhere on the stage. He can even use the puddle while he's knocked out. However, you should stay away from it as much as possible. He can teleport to it, make it evaporate into bubbles, and even make his attacks stronger.
Heard you loud and clear. Time to brick this dolphin. Hey Forza, look, it's Wrastor.
Good eye, Penny. That's the wind's fury. Wrastor has been known to be a fierce and unpredictable fighter. Even his superiors know him more for his arrogance than his results.
He looks pretty nimble, judging by his form.
Wrastor's quite speedy, especially when he creates a gust of wind with his wings. It allows him to travel at quite far distances. Oh, I just found an interesting detail. The Air Armada uses codenames, much like planes and trains in our time, and soldiers get their own codenames for flight charting. It seems Wrastor's codename is Windows.
Thanks for the little detail. I'll be sure to keep an ear out for any call-outs under that name. Hey Forza, got a rough-looking beetle over here.
That looks to be Kragg. Kragg is the defender of the Etherian Forest, part of a group known as the Wall Runners, who patrol the wall daily. Their job is to keep that wall from breaking. Otherwise, the forest will begin to corrupt the land of Aether.
How could a big being like him be a runner? He looks more like a jogger to me.
Wall runners are made up of creatures who can curl themselves into balls and traverse the ground at high speeds. The only difference between the other wall runners and Kragg is that Kragg can manipulate the earth beneath him, creating rocks he can toss, pillars to stand on, and even jagged spikes of rock. Trust me when I say, this match will not be fair.
Forza, I see a raccoon in front of me. Who is that?
That's no raccoon, Penny. That's Maypul, the Sylvan Watcher. And she's actually a black-footed ferret. Maypul is self-appointed guardian of the Etherian Forest. She resides in the canopy with her sister, Mayreed. Maypul is known as a vigilante, dealing out justice the only way she believes is right, and listening to the trees when trouble brews.
A vigilante, eh? I think that's enough to warrant an arrest.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Maypul is one of the few who could convert one of Sylvanos' underlings, Lily, to the light. She may be more righteous than you think.
Forza, tell me what you know about Forsburn.
Forsburn, the exiled flame, was the right-hand man to his father, the Fire King. He is the eldest between him and Zetterburn, meaning that if he wasn't exiled, he'd be the next king. However, he sensed Loxodont's treasonous act coming, and was too late to tell his father.
If only he got there sooner, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in right now.
However, the exile worked in his favor. He joined a group of rebels and mastered the Way of Smoke. While he still accepts his bloodline, he has rejected the flame, and is now a skilled assassin. With the power of smoke, he's able to create illusions and hide himself. so be cautious.
Got it. Forza, my fur is starting to stand up a bit. Where's the static coming from?
That would be from your opponent, Absa, the Storm Architect. Absa is a famous engineer of the Air Alliance. While she can't fly, she has the distinct ability to control clouds, and even harness the power of electricity.
Air Alliance? Was this before the Air Armada?
Well, sort of. The Air Armada is a branch of the Air Alliance. They're made of winged citizens, while the Air Alliance is for the souls who can't fly. While they are connected, the Air Alliance believes in law and wisdom.
Law and wisdom? Why is she fighting me then?
Well, it's been rumored that she practiced fighting in secrecy. Maybe it's a sparring match?
Sure, this totally seems like training. Hey Forza, what's with the icy bear?
That's Etalus, the Glacier's might. He's a legendary warrior from the Ice Barrens. However, he's one of the last of the guards there, the Harbor Guard. He used to work in a group, but now he's working on his own.
Last of the Harbor Guard? Well, it's quite an honor to fight him.
I wouldn't get, too excited. Etalus has the ability to control ice. He can summon it with a simple roar, create armor with it, and his breath is cold enough to freeze any surface. If he has enough force, he can even use ice to freeze you in place. Try to prevent him from making any ice. It'll secure your victory.
Roger that. Forza, I'm seeing a monk in front of me. Who are they?
That would be Ranno, the poisonous pacifist, and the orbs floating around him are toxic liquids that can control at will. He originates in a swampy part of Aether. He's been trained by wise monks, and now actively seeks to maintain water quality for all of Aether.
A pacifist? Why does it look like this frog is ready to fight?
While he is a pacifist, he'll do what he must if the task calls for it, even if it's beating the heck out of you. Try your best not to get hit with his poison, because the more you have on you, the longer it will take to escape his toxic bubble.
Noted. It can't be. I thought the time machine failed.
No, the Flame Salvation is still alive. There's no doubt about it. I'm sure you know quite a bit about Clairen, don't you, Penny?
Ugh. Yes, she used to be a part of the Imperial Guard. She has the distinct ability to control plasma and control the flame. Since most people in our time can't control their flame, her blade is an official weapon, used by the army to make up for it. It's known for the stun at the tip.
Don't forget about her plasma field. It can destroy projectiles, making it hard for your kinetic burst to go through. You're going to have to play around it.
Ugh, I always hated the no-fun zone.
Best of luck!
I thought Sylvanos was just a myth.
You couldn't be further from the truth, Penny. Some think that the heart of the forest is a myth passed down to explain why the wall exists. However, many don't consider it to be true in our time anymore. During the early years of Aether, a large war broke out between the Firelands and the Etherian forest, and it caused the heart of the forest to grow restless.
So they had to build a hulking monster of a wall just to keep him contained?
Yup. Sylvanos has quite the range, with his vine whip attacks and seed bombs. Even while running, grass grows under Sylvanos, further proving that he is the forest incarnate. Please be safe.
No promises.
The aerial arsenal! Elliana! Can't believe I'm seeing her with my own eyes.
You're telling me I'm face to face with the snake?
Elliana used to dream of flying and joining the Air Armada, but after being rejected, she turned to an engineer to construct her machine. However, she never told the engineer her entire plan. She was going to destroy the Air Armada.
Her mech doesn't look too stable, especially with the technology they had back then. It almost looks like a ticking time bomb.
Her mech isn't exactly the most efficient way of flying. It can get overheated quickly. Try using that to your advantage.
Will do. Hey, Forza?
Yes, Penny?
Do you think the mech has a name?
Probably not. But I'd wager a guess and say it's probably Sparks.
Aww, I don't know if I want to fight this one, Forza.
That appears to be Ori, the Spirit Guardian. He's from another dimension who somehow made his way in ours. Alongside him is a being of light called Sign. Together, they restored light in their dimension and saved hundreds.
The little guy is a hero. Definitely don't want to fight him anymore.
Ori's quite fast, able to dodge and weave through attacks with ease, and can even fight in tandem with...
Hey, Forza?
Yes?
Can we keep him?
No.
Forza, I'm seeing a knight wielding a shovel?
No way! That's the legendary hero! The Shovel of Hope! Shovel Knight! He's done plenty of spectacular deeds, like saving his world and his lover from the clutches of darkness.
Sounds like one heck of a hero. But one question. Why the shovel?
While it isn't the most conventional weapon, his arsenal is wide with a series of gadgets, most of which he gets from doing business with Chester.
Chester?
It's a man who lives inside of a blue treasure chest. Shovel Knight apparently carries him around for just this sort of situation.
That's concerning. Regardless, I think this will be one difficult match. Hey, Forza? Why is this sandbag blinking?
Penny, you have to be careful! That's Sandbert. Sandbert is one of the most powerful fighters in Aether. Rumors say that he was so strong that even Loxodon wanted his power, so he's been cloning Sandbert for years. However, this one looks like the original.
Something doesn't sit right with me. Why does Sandbert fight? Isn't he, sandbag? Aren't they supposed to stay still?
Actually, he fights to make money for his family. Despite everything, he has a loving wife, 2 kids, and even a pet rock.
A family man, huh? Well, I hope his wife knows how to sew.
Hey, Penny, what do you see in your future?
I see you, but that's about it. Why do you ask?
Well, Reason I asked is because it seems you're fighting Astra, the Nova Visionary. Much like Absa, Astra comes from the Archive Mountains, but her sights were set for the stars. She's an astrologist who can also predict the future. She uses tarot cards, each one being enhanced through the power of the cosmos, allowing her to cast spells and set traps.
Interesting. Wonder if she'll be willing to give a fair prediction if I kick her butt.
It might be hard since she prefers fighting from a distance. Maybe if you close the gap, you could ask her? No way! It's Pomme!
Hey, Forza. Try not to get starstruck. I have a battle to win. Remember?
Of course. Pomme is known as the superstar songstress. She's known for her pop hits, her amazing voice, and her temper. While elemental powers aren't very frequent in our timeline, Pomme has the ability to control sound waves and use them to her advantage.
Huh. So a celebrity who uses her talents like a weapon.
I guess you could say that her words can be sharp like daggers. Oh, and Penny?
Yes?
Do you think you can get her autograph for me?
I don't think she'll be willing to give it out, if this really is a fight.
Shame.
No way. Olympia? I didn't know I was getting a chance to fight her.
Wait, the Amethyst Fist?
Sure looks like it. Quick. I need any info you have on her. I need a strategy to beat her.
Right. Olympia comes from humble beginnings in a town called Pititate. It's quite secluded from the rest of the world. After training for years, never taking a loss, she was eventually sent out to show the power of her people to the world. Olympia's true strength comes in the form of her gems, which she uses as gauntlets, and can be remotely controlled if she so chooses. Her punches are flashy and brutal. In fact, you can tell the age of her people by looking at their gauntlets. Older users tend to have crystals that may reach up to their shoulders.
Impressive. Do you think my arm will be safe from her blows?
If you play defensively, yes. But knowing you, I'll get started on a new model now.
I'm seeing somebody in broken chains. Looks like he's got a bit restless. Is he a criminal?
I don't have any background to go off of. However, I do have information on how he fights. The being in front of you is Epinal, and it's probably because he wants to go back to sleep. Epinal is a very interesting case. I have witnesses who all say that he has the ability to manipulate inertia around him, meaning he can mess with physics. Despite how heavy he looks, when in the air, he can actually float around easily. Not to mention, he can turn the ground into floating platforms, perfect for transportation.
I wonder if that's something I could do.
I wouldn't count on it.
Forza, are you seriously telling me I have to fight Malo? Again?
Yes, I am. What's the matter?
Well, with the homemade bombs he uses, his stupid flare gun, I don't think I'll get an opening. I guess you could say he's just bugging me?
Well, with Clairen gone, him and rioters needed something to catch the attention of Loxodont. Besides, they needed something to destroy the Loxobots.
Point taken. Any advice?
Just fight fire with fire. You can smack Malo's bombs back at him, with the exception of his base bombs. Just be careful if he uses another bomb or his gun to detonate stronger ones.
Forza, what model is this delivery unit?
I believe that's the rogue prototype, R00. I'm surprised you bumped into them again.
Yeah, not exactly as planned. I wonder what he's delivering.
If he's fighting you, he might be delivering a beating, especially with his powerful thrusters. It would be in your best interest to try and avoid letting R00 get in an advantageous position, because once he has you in his sights, he's going to finish you quick.
Tell me about it. Him and his star? Don't even get me started on his wall.
Yeah, R00 is quite devious.
Hey, look at that, Forza. A classic musket rifle.
Whoa! Fancy! The soldier wielding that rifle is named Gustav. Not much information is known about him outside of his musket.
Perhaps his story isn't exactly well known.
The only thing we do know is that he's rigged the weapon in a way that almost acts like he's controlling it. Gustav can throw his musket, control where it moves, and even pull himself towards it.
He must be one heck of a zoner.
With that fancy rifle of his, I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with you.
Forza, there's a big walrus in front of me. Her smug aura is really starting to tick me off.
That would be Valkyrie. She's known as the Large Medium.
Large medium? That sounds like an oxymoron to me.
Actually, it has meaning to it. Valkyrie lives in the Ice Barrens and helps guide the spirits of the Harbor Guard into the afterlife. She believes in their ideals and makes sure that they venture to a peaceful rest.
So, a druid of some kind?
Pretty much. However, she can use her powers as a medium to summon weaponry or curse you with a simple touch. She's got plenty of tools as a medium, tools that aren't quite seen anywhere else, so it's going to be up to you to figure out the best counterplay.
I already think I have a rough idea. I'll just punch her.
Good luck.
Forza, I don't know what this thing is, but I love her.
That looks to be a rare species known as Homo sapien. The one in front of you appears to be wielding a primitive longbow and a hatchet. I wouldn't put my guard down if I were you. It also appears they have a little snake friend. Why don't you ask them for... What are you doing?
I'm calling her over.
I don't think that's going to work.
Forza, a pink-haired girl just jumped out of a portal? What's going on here?
That would be Liz. She's from another dimension outside of ours, and she's been sent here to challenge every champion in Aether.
Interesting. She doesn't look like a fighter.
That's because she isn't. She is much more into music. The reason she's really here is because she ventured into the Asmer Forest, a place where the rules of time and space are turned on their head. The only reason anyone would go into the Asmer Forest would be to get a wish. Her wish is to save her mother.
Oh man, I have to let her beat me, don't I?
It would be the right thing to do. Are my eyes deceiving me, or can that cloud talk?
Nope, your eyes are working just fine. Seems there's a snail riding on top of him, too.
Oh, that would be Trummel and Alto. Trummel is a detective who comes from a place known as the Merchant Slums. While he's more deadpan serious, Alto is quite musically gifted. He's been known to play the saxophone.
Wait, I just noticed that more clouds are produced when they roll. What's up with that?
That's just Alto's form splitting apart. He can control them all at will, allowing him to rain on your parade from a distance. Be careful, though. If you get hit with his saxophone, you're going to hear quite the performance.
Noted.
Whoop.
Forza, who's this robot lady? And why is she so tall?
The questions you seek can be answered.
Wait, who are you? Where's Forza?
I am the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Aigis. And the person you are trying to reach has been put on hold. I will be able to answer your questions in his place.
All right. Aigis, what's a shadow? Why are you even here?
A shadow is the lower part of the psyche every being has. They are suppressed sentient thoughts that are given a physical form. The creatures that come from what your people call the abyss are similar to that of the shadows. However, there are some special individuals who have tamed their shadows, and with it, gained the ability to summon a persona.
Packing quite an encyclopedia. How about yourself? What's your fighting style like?
My main combat abilities lie in my Orgia. By landing attacks on you, I may gain Orgia, then use it to enhance my next attacks. As for weaponry, I am equipped with a variety of firearms and artillery. I can also summon my persona, Palladian, to help me deliver strong attacks.
Ah, talk about mass destruction.
I see you are also a fan of puns. Perhaps you'd like to hear a pun of mine.
I'm so glad we met. Why is this kid blue?
That's because they're from the Dark World. The kid's name is Chris. They're one of the legendary Lighteners, and their party is meant to maintain balance between our world and the world of Dark.
A protector of balance? Why would they hand a kid such power?
Honestly, I don't know, but they seem to manage just fine. When in combat, Chris has access to tension points, or TP for short. They can spend TP to use spells, like ranged projectiles, and making themselves heavier for a short time.
A swordsman and a magician? That's quite the combination.
It's best to parry their attacks, or make sure they can't even hit you. Do that, and you'll have this match in the bag!
Hey, Forza? I got this funny-looking skeleton in front of me.
I'm looking him up, hang on. Right. His name is Sans. Sans the skeleton. Right. Well, I've got good news. Intel reports he's only a threat level of 1, both in attack and defense. You might not need to worry. He looks like a joke.
I have a hard time believing that. He's making my skin crawl with a smile like that.
I can't imagine what you're talking about.
Hey, Forza? I don't know if I feel good about beating up a teenage girl.
I don't think she feels the same way, unfortunately for you. That's Kyoko. She's from River City. Apparently where she's from is just one giant fistfight all the time.
Then what is she doing here?
I've heard she's trying to hunt down her boyfriend, Ricky.
Hunt down? You mean like, take him out?
Yeah, take him out. Maybe to a nice dinner and a movie.
I don't think we're on the same page here. Hey, Forza, who is this punk?
That's Ricky, a student at Hanazono High School, and a notorious street brawler. Also, according to Kyoko, he's her boyfriend.
According to Kyoko?
It's a very one-sided relationship. I don't think he even knows who she is. Anyway, he's just a street thug, but don't underestimate him on the battlefield. There's a reason he's called Mach Punch Ricky. If he hits you with his comb, he'll deliver a flurry of blows faster than your eye can see.
He thinks he can outperform me. I'd like to see him try. Come here, Pompadour. Let's dance.
I get the feeling that both of you are going home with a black eye.
Hey, Forza. Something's wrong with Clairen. Why is her blade reversed?
That's not the Clairen we know, Penny. That Clairen is from another timeline. In her timeline, Loxodon won, and there was nobody to help save Clairen. However, instead of executing her, Loxodon found her skills useful and decided to make her a cyborg that will fight for him.
So what did that monster call her then?
He calls her McClare. With the robotic enhancements, she can now use a plasma orb that not only hurts the opponent, but can also be used for movement.
Thank you for the advice. After I beat this chimera, I'm going after Loxodont. Mark my words.
That's Penny. She's a fist fighter from... Wait, hang on.
Forza, my head hurts.
I'd heard rumors that Loxodon was experimenting with cloning technology, but I never thought it would actually work.
If you define working as making substandard trash copies, then yeah, I guess it works. I mean, look at her. She's already completely off. Her gaze is all over the place, she's not focused, her balance is all wrong. I could knock her over with a pail of water. What an amateur. I'm almost ashamed to have the same face as this fraud. No need for advice this time, Forza. She's not even good enough to be my fake. Forza, have any info on this fighter?
No, can't say that I do. There is no information on this fighter. You're going to have to do this by yourself, Penny.
Hear you loud and clear.
Must proceed with caution. He's quite the war veteran. His mane is made up of a powerful flame. With his sharp claws, he has quite the power arsenal. He can use his fiery mane to flick fireballs at you, use his own hands to place it on the ground, and even release it in a flaming sphere. Penny? Answer me! Penny? Penny!